Definitely outgoing, hardworking, spunky, bold, and determined.
If I could describe myself in 5 words, they have to be family-oriented, which is 2 words, procrastinator, perfectionist, and sleepy.
Well, Tisha and I, my sister, have always wanted to do something together, and we've always lived apart from each other, so we always wanted something to bond over. But ever since we were little, we always wanted to collaborate on something, and we've always wanted to start a business. So we felt like a blog would be a good way to head in the right direction.
Topaz and Sapphire came to be because my sister and I really have always wanted to start something together, and we've lived apart for the last few years that I was in college and she was in college, so we felt like this blog was a way that we could collaborate on something that was both fun and also geared towards what we want to do in our later careers.
I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I'm actually going to Hawaii at the end of May with my husband Brady, so I'm already fulfilling that thing on my bucket list. So I guess it's still at the top of the list till I've actually done it, but I would say a close second. Just anything having to do with traveling. I haven't really traveled a ton with my husband, so I think that would be really fun.
The #1 thing on my bucket list right now is going back to Paris or back to Athens, Greece.
So I have this weird obsession with old people. I think just cute grandma and grandpas walking down the street are the cutest things ever. I'm also really obsessed with my dog Charlotte. I treat her like my child.
What are some of my biggest obsessions? So Cassie came up with this question. I don't really like the word obsessed. It kind of makes me think of that Beyonce movie, that really bad Obsession Beyonce movie. But if anybody who knows me knows I'm obsessed with the color blue. So that obsession has never gone away and it's here to stay. So I guess that's one of my obsessions.
So we'll be writing about more educational things having to do with our career, tips about traveling or fashion or style. We have like our 5 main categories on our blog, so you kind of can see what we'll be writing about.
Okay, what can our readers expect to read about on Topaz and Sapphire? So Cassie and I are both very career driven, so it'll be about our lives as young professionals, but we also love to travel and are both very family oriented. We have 2 younger brothers, so it'll be about our lives as career women and traveling and our families.
The first thing that just came to my mind was Oprah Winfrey.
Why?
Because she gets to meet a lot of different people, and she's a talk show host, and I would definitely say one of my strengths is holding good conversations. So I feel like it'd be really cool to get to know a ton of different people, especially famous people or people in the news.
If I could have anybody's job for a day, it would have to be Ellen DeGeneres' hands down. She gets to start every show by dancing, and she gets to interview celebrities, and I have a very, very guilty pleasure of celebrity gossip, so I would love to interview celebrities in the flesh. And she's also a really great person, and she makes other people really happy by all the great humanitarian work she does, so that's whose job I would like to have for a day.
In my fridge right now, I always have apples. An apple day keeps the doctor away. I always have apples in my fridge. I also always have cheddar cheese for some reason.
What's in my fridge right now? Eggs, just a little bit of fruit, vegetables, and tons of condiments. I'm the condiment queen. From ketchup to honey mustard to mayo to sriracha hot sauce, I have it all. So that's what's in my fridge.
I went on a study abroad in the summer of 2012, and that was definitely the best traveling experience I've ever had. I went to 7 different countries in 22 days, so I literally traveled the world. So that was great. The most relaxing vacation I've ever gone on was when I was in 7th grade. I think I was in 7th grade. My family and I went to Dominican Republic for spring break, and it was literally paradise.
The best vacation and trip I went on was the time I went backpacking for 3 weeks across Europe after graduation. So it was full of memories. A lot of things went wrong, a lot of things went right, and I just got to travel to so many different countries and see so many places that I had dreamed about growing up, and it was just a phenomenal experience, both culturally and personally.
I think the way we'll write is going to be more candid. It's not going to be just, a lot of times people portray just the good in their lives and just kind of stereotypical things like fashion blogs or kind of do-it-yourself type things. We'll definitely encompass those things, but we'll be more candid and more real. So we'll write about the good and the bad and kind of let you have a little glimpse of our lives and what goes on in our minds every day instead of just the good things, I guess.
How will Topaz and Sapphire be different from thousands of other blogs on the web? So that's a great question. Cassie and I, neither of us have kids right now, so it won't be a mommy type blog since we don't have children. So it'll be more focused on our lives as young professionals, and I think something that will differentiate us from other blogs on the web is that even though positivity and, you know, fun and joy will be a great focus of this blog, I feel like we'll also be real and honest about life, and life is full of ups and downs, and so you'll get to see all of that, from the good and the great to the bad to everything in between. My sister's biggest asset, well, she has so many of them, as she'll proudly tell you, but I think that Cassie's biggest asset is her zest for life, her optimism and positivity. She's such a ray of sunshine, and she's always happy, and so I think that's just a great asset that she has, in my opinion, since I tend to be a little bit more salty, a little bit more of a realist, and she just keeps me balanced. So I think that's Cassie's greatest asset.
I would say, seriously, she's a great listener, and she's a really good advice giver. I don't think she would say that about herself per se, but as her sister and or a friend or another sibling, we would all definitely agree that she gives really good advice, and she's really selfless and willing to put others before herself, which I admire.
Good.
I have no weaknesses. Ask it.
What is your sister's biggest asset?
Well, besides her badonkadonk, just kidding.
Okay, thanks for the chat. Thanks for the sit down, Cassie. Topaz and Sapphire coming to a vlog near you.